Ko tā Marae Investigates I tēnei wiki ko te rohe o mana. Kei te aruaru tātou I te tokorua rongo nui, e whakataetai ana I te kōwhiringa pōti motuhake mo te tūru o mana. Nō ngaitahu me Ngāti Porou a Hekia Parata, no te motu o Tokerau a Chris Whaafoi, engari I tupu ake ia I o tautahi. He whakataetai tēnei e kitea tonu tia atu ai te rerehua me te waiwaia, me te umu poka poka hoki o tō rangapū. Jody Ihaka Investigates.
Hello, sir. You're sorted that bread?
I'm Chris Whaafoi. How are you?
Hi.
G'day, how are you?
Hi, guys.
Hello there, how are you? I'm Chris Whaafoi.
Hey, can we get a photo of these guys with the Prime Minister?
Okay, good to meet you. Take care. Good to see you.
Every day seems like the same old thing. Listen to the...
There's babies to kiss, hands to shake and more photo ops than Fashion Week. So there must be an election. Both parties' big guns are on the hunt for votes because this time it's about mana.
Okay, following you around all day, you get treated. The reaction to you is you're like a rock star. Is that going to help her, do you think?
Well, I hope so.
Yes.
I hope so. We hope so. But she's a rock star as well. And, yeah, it just comes with being Prime Minister of New Zealand. It's a great privilege and people get a kick out of seeing her, but it's great for me to get out and meet people as well.
The Mana by-election will be held on November the 20th. It's been a long-term Labour seat for 65 years, recently vacated by the much-loved Winnie Laban.
I've got a lot of family here, so I feel an affinity to this place. And I think because it is so diverse, such a great mixture of people, you have to be everything to everyone. And I think through my own life, professional career, I've tried to do that. And I think I can offer people a bit of enthusiasm, a bit of energy and a bit of political knowledge.
Education conference centre where we have meetings and things.
Hekia Parata is a National List MP. She's been a senior public servant, a successful businesswoman and has consulted on public policy on education, government services and gender issues. This is her second attempt to claim the Mana seat.
I stood for National in the Mana electorate in 2008. I had an amazing time, really enjoyed it, loved the people, loved the diversity and the challenges. I love the challenges that are there in that electorate as well. So it was a no-brainer that when the by-election became a reality that I would put myself forward as a candidate.
Are you going to come out?
Winston Peters also maintains...
Chris Whaafoi was an award-winning TVNZ journalist who specialised in politics. He reported for One News as the Australia correspondent before joining the Labour Party as media advisor. Now he has a new story to tell.
Everyone thought it was a fait accompli, but, you know, the night before the selection meeting itself, I don't think I got much sleep. But that's good because I had to fight for it, and it makes me appreciate it a lot more.
What was it, do you think, that clinched the deal for you?
I worked hard. I made sure I got around all the local members and that they knew who I was and they knew what I stood for.
How's it going again?
And knew that they knew that I'd have the energy and enthusiasm to follow in Winnie's footsteps.
For people who don't understand the parliamentary process, what are the actual benefits for you in standing for the Mana seat?
Well, two things. Yes, I am a list MP. Yes, I am already in Parliament. The second thing is that National, our party, has a strong policy, which I'm completely in agreement with, that we should all, stand and show commitment to a particular area. And then a third thing is kind of a kaupapa Māori, he mana tō te tū kirungi te rā whenua. So there is indeed mana in standing for a particular rohe, and I'm really keen and happy to do that.
There's a difference between being satisfied with the answer and the opportunity to be heard.
Chris Whaafoi has come under fire for being fast-tracked for Labour selection. He's prepared for much worse, not because he's done anything bad, but because he knows how mainstream media operate.
Because there's so much stuff that can happen to you in terms of media scrutiny and questions being put around about you and rumours and allegations, but, I think I've lived a pretty clean life.
We're with Chris while the House is in recess. The campaign office in Porirua is a hive of activity, with hospital cleaners rubbing shoulders with MPs. Why are you here?
I'm here to help Chris. I want to make sure that he wins, and he wins well. And I've had a bit of experience in campaigning over the last 35 years or so, and so what I want to do is use that to help him in any way I can.
The Mana seat was created in 1996 and named after the majestic island. It covers Porirua, city and harbour communities, including Titahi Bay, Whitby, Mana and Plympton, as well as the Kapiti coast areas. Hekia Parata brought her home in Titahi Bay in 2006. She regularly shops in Raumati, but not usually with the Diplomatic Protection Squad.
Go to the baker and say hello. And
What's it like for you, Hekia?
having the Prime Minister, it is like being with a rock star. I mean, he is extremely popular. He's got a genuine love for New Zealanders, and they know that and feel that. And kids in particular feel like they can really have a conversation with him. He's very authentic.
Do you mind when people ask you to get out of the frame when they want to take a photo?
No, generally I don't need to be asked. I just get out.
I'm trying to get her in the photo. Yeah, we want her in the photos.
Chris has afforded similar support from his leader.
Well, it's fantastic. I love getting out and meeting people. People think that you go to Parliament to sit in the chamber and debate. No, it's about getting out, mixing with New Zealanders, hearing their viewpoints, their concerns, and they were incredibly friendly, very welcoming. And Chris has got a great way of talking with people. He's a natural at it. I think he'll win a lot of support.
History shows that this seat is pretty much a lock for Labour. What are the chances of him blowing it?
We never take anything for granted. The day that you take the electorate for granted, that's the day that they'll surprise you. In a by-election, you've got to get your people out to vote.
Are they selling well?
You're going to stand in this with my manifest.
Absolutely.
Who's somewhat slimmer than me. Come in the photo. Come in the photo. This is your shop. Okay, now isn't this fantastic? Everybody, come to the Raumati, the prop shop.
The Mana seat is made up of 67% European, 20% Pacifica and 17% Māori. Labour backbencher Calvin Davis travelled from Te Tai Tokiro to help out.
This is a big thing for us, the Mana by-election, so it's a good opportunity for all the MPs to get out and go door knocking and see what sort of support Labour has here in Mana. And from the look of the street up here, we should be calling it Whāwhoi Avenue, because everybody up the street is a Chris Whāwhoi fan, and it's been really, really positive the whole day.
What's your best tip for him, best bit of advice?
Just take a little bit of care with your time. By-elections are really focused. You could see with Melissa Lee what happened when someone panicked and went into meltdown and went all stupid. So you just rest a bit, you know. Clearly you've got to work hard, and he's always going to be working hard now because he's going to be an MP. But just take a little bit of care with your tiredness.
And there's even more advice for handling the pitfalls of Parliament.
The same advice that Dover Samuels gave me. He said, keep your mouth shut, your ears and your eyes open, and don't try and be a hero straight away. You know, just get yourself used to the place and enjoy it. So those are sage words of advice from my matua Dover Samuels.
So what is Hekia going to get out of this for the party? Because obviously she's going into this as the underdog. A lot of the commentary out there is that she will not get this seat. So what's the payoff for her?
Well, the first thing is we think we've got a very good story to tell, and we want to get out and tell the people of Mana, you know, what we've been doing in our time in government, and we treat them with the same respect that we do people right across the country, irrelevant of whether it's a national seat or a Labour seat. We think we've got a good story to tell, and Hekia's got tremendous attributes as a candidate. We think she's got a huge future with the National Party, and we want to make sure they get to know her.
How huge?
Oh, I think very huge.
I don't go into this looking for some specific quid pro quo. This is a long haul. Change and improvement in our society and in our communities happens in increments as well as in quantum leaps. And I'm absolutely delighted to be contributing to that as a parliamentary backbencher at the moment, and right now as the candidate for National in Mana.
You know, everyone's got a story about how they could have run off the rails. Well, I came from a pretty working class family, and I've got mates who did fall by the wayside, but I was lucky enough to have parents who cared about education and bringing us up with good, strong family values. And I think if I can help families here in Mana have a similar situation, then it's up to them. And we can offer them good healthcare and education, then, you know, the world's their oyster. And like, you know, I took my opportunities and I want to make sure people get them too.
And we'll have both candidates on the show closer to the election date. Now, big week for the Waitangi Tribunal and our reo, Jodie.
That's right, Scotty.